What is up, YouTube? My name is Eric, aka Wasted Beer Money, and welcome to my channel. I figured I'd give you guys a brief little description before I get started. Most of the content here will be focused around knives. I am brand new to collecting and the community. For me, it started about, I'd say 6 months or so ago. I wanted something in my pocket while I'm walking my dog at night, and from there it just kind of blossomed. I started getting interested. Went to YouTube, fell down that rabbit hole like we all have. I found some cool content creators like Neves Knives, Bees Blades, Big Red EDC, just to name a few, who I've learned an incredible amount of information from. And they're great guys, it's a great community, and it's inspired me to give this a go. I'm also brand new at editing and video and all of that, so this is gonna be fun. But one of my best friends does coding, YouTube videos and things. His name's Inhale Greatness, so he's going to help me along the way. But yeah, I'm excited about this. A little bit about myself. I'm a pretty fun guy. I love to joke and laugh and have a good time. I'm very family oriented. At the end of the video here, you'll get to see my dog and meet my wife and kid real quick. My little hobby here has inspired my wife to start carrying a knife every day, and my daughter got her first one for Christmas. So that's really cool. Makes me feel good about that. And other than that, I'm probably gonna sprinkle a little video game content here and there. Beer, of course, as always. But yeah, I'm real excited about this. I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody and getting some content you guys' way. So let's get started. For today's video, I got 3 knives that I recommend for beginners. Keyword is going to be longevity. These are knives that I got early on in collecting and still find their way into my pocket. On the table you see here is a Savivi Riffle. This guy is on Amazon for $55. Comes in a couple different options, brown, green. This is the olive micarta. And it also comes in a Damascus steel. This steel here on this blade is a 14C28N stonewash blade. It's in a drop point shape. Overall length of this guy is 7.98 inches. Blade length is 3.46 inches. Now you guys got to be careful and know your state's knife laws. I recommend people download the Knife Rights app. You can punch in your location and you'll get a list of all the different laws. In my state, it is illegal to conceal carry anything over 3 inches. So that's something you want to take note of and be careful. Knife Rights is also a great organization. They go around the country, and fight for our rights. Try to change the laws. Back to the knife. This is a 3.38 ounce weight knife. Pretty lightweight. I consider anything under 3.5, 4 ounces pretty light. It's a liner lock. So when you flick the knife open, the liner engages the blade here. Just push that over and the knife drops. It's not completely drop shutty, but with a little encouragement, it falls right down. It has a deep pocket carry clip. What I mean by that is when you're putting it in your jeans, you can see how it comes to the top here. So when you're walking around, not much knife is showing, if anything at all. It just looks like you have a little clip. It can be reversed to the left side here for left carry if you're a lefty, which is great. Tip up on either side. Action on this guy is awesome. It's very addicting to just sit there and flip it. It has a flipper tab. And the hole here, which this is the first knife I was able to reverse flick. Let's see if I can do it here. There you go. So, awesome knife. I highly recommend this. Next up, I have the SOG Terminus XR. This is in Crimson Red G10. You can find this guy on Blade HQ for about $55. There's a number of different ones, carbon fiber, gold blade. I mean, there's a lot of different options. So the price goes up over $55. The cheapest one I found was $42 on their site. That's for a green micarta edition, which is very cool. Might even be an exclusive to Blade HQ. I'm not 100% sure, but worth checking out if you like this knife. Action on this guy. It's got a flipper tab. This is the XR lock. It's a little different than the first knife where that had a liner lock. It has two buttons here. Push them down and the blade drops. It's like a guillotine. I don't know if the camera will catch this, but when you pull back, there's a little bar in there that moves and releases the blade. Steel on this guy, it's a Cryo D2. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know what cryo means. D2 is a tool steel. It's very strong, holds an edge pretty well. A little tough to sharpen, and it can stain, so you always want to wipe your knife off. If you're working with, something that stains a blade, you want to keep the knife away from moisture and oil your blade every now and then. This is also a drop point blade, stone wash. Overall length of this guy is 7 inches. Blade length on this guy, 3 inches. So this is legal for me in my state. This is probably the first knife that I got that was legal, oddly enough, but I like big knives, and but you gotta be careful out there. Always know your laws. Overall weight is 3.32 ounces, so another pretty light one. It features the XR lock, which is very addicting. Just the action on this thing is incredible. I can sit there and flick and play with this thing for hours. Great knife. I highly recommend it. And last but not least, I have the Savivi Buttonlock Elementum. This was the first knife when I started collecting that I spotted online. I don't know if it was in a video. And I said, I want to get that. And I waited to the day it came out on Blade HQ and purchased it. Now, currently, I don't see them on Blade HQ. They are on Amazon. These guys are around 66 bucks. This is the black G10 version. They also have a few micarta options, brown, green, there might be an olive too. I chose this guy because to me it seemed a little bit grippier. This is the button lock. So to deploy the blade, you press the button, flick it out. When you want to put it down, you just press the button, in she goes. It's very addicting. I don't know if the camera will catch this, but there's a little plunge in there that holds the knife in place. I can flip this knife for hours. I call this my annoy the crap out of my wife knife. Just sit there all day long. You do got to be careful, especially on the close. You have to get used to letting go of the button right as it's about to enter. Otherwise, the blade will bounce out. It's not a big deal. You just practice it and you'll get it. Let me see if I can show you. See how it bounced there? You just put it in. Just be careful. This is a coated steel. This is 14C28N. 8 inches overall length. Blade length on this guy is 3.50 inches. Weight is 3.42 ounces. This one's very comfortable to hold in your hand. Has a deep pocket carry clip, which can be reversed to the left side. Savivi is a great company. I have about 8 or 9 different Savivis. This is based off one of the most popular knives they have, the Savivi Elementum, which if you look up beginner knives or knives, budget knives people recommend, you're always going to see an Elementum on there. I have an orange one I didn't bring in for the video, but it's also a great knife that has a flipper tab. And it's just fun. You sit here and flip this thing all day. I mean, it's so addicting. There's been some new button locks come out. I believe the Cogent, and there's a new one out. I can't recall the name of it right off the top of my head, but just go to Amazon. And for any of you guys out there, when you're buying knives on Amazon, always look who is selling it and shipping it. When you do Savivi, it's always Savivi, Amazon. You know it's trusted. You're getting an authentic blade. Some of these companies out there over in China or whatnot, they'll knock off a $30 blade. Or a $30 knife. It's crazy. So just be careful out there. That's about it. Brief little mention. My wife, my daughter Lorelai, and dog are about to come up. My wife and daughter have Kershaw Leaks. Like I mentioned, my wife's been carrying her knife every day, and my daughter got hers for Christmas. Hers is teal, and my wife's is purple. Blade steel on those guys are 14C 28N. And a little different, they are assisted open. And what that means, there's a spring inside, so when you engage the knife, the flipper tab, or I think they have a thumb stud on there as well, there's a spring that assists, so you flip it, the knife rockets out. That was the first knife my daughter could open, and it's the knife that's been in my wife's pocket ever since I gave it to her. She also has a Savivi Cogent, which she likes, but that sits in her craft room and not in her pocket. The Kershaw doesn't leave her side, so I'm a happy guy for that. But yeah, that's it. My first video. Please leave a comment down below. I'd like to get to know you guys. Any tips, criticism, whatever. Comments are always welcome. And thanks for staying to the end. Beer Money out. This is my beautiful daughter Lorelai. She is 9 years old. I mentioned her earlier in the video. She got her first knife for Christmas. You want to show them? Very nice. It's the Kershaw Leak in teal. Beautiful color. It's one of her favorites. You'll be seeing Lorelai with me here and there. She likes to try to open my new knives, and good to start them young. Hey everybody, it's Wasted Beer Money. This is Milo. This is my beautiful wife, Ashley. I mentioned her earlier in the video. She's been carrying a knife every day since I started this hobby. Want to show them what you got? That's the purple Kershaw Leak. Great knife, assisted. She loves it. So yeah, you might see her here and there. She also has a crafting business. She goes by the name Crafty Mama Black. So I'm sure I'll incorporate her into the channel at times.